Let's try this again. Good evening, heroes and heroines, and welcome back to Practising Programming in C. With a bit of luck, we have got sound now. I just had to kind of downgrade the kernel and restart the stream, obviously, because the audio wasn't working before. So let's just see. And now the audio is working. Wow, so that's weird. So yeah, as Insofar said, up in the log you can see somewhere Linus done goofed. It's unfortunate, but yeah, he has done goofed. But at least we have audio now, which is always nice. I think it's nice to have audio. Speaking of audio, let's get some on. So where were we? We were setting the stage, weren't we, for PPIC 53. Pretty sure it's 53. Yeah. HTML to HTML.c. So yes, HTML to HTML. So this is the annotation system. And I was kind of talking about the annotation system being used in the handmade network. That is the goal at the moment. The goal at the moment is to it's just to write this thing so that it can actually it can go live in the network, honestly. Well, the intention for it is that it is also like installable wherever you want. So if you have a network of your own, it's good now. Awesome. If you have a network of your own, or you know, any other kind of network, I mean, so as an example, like I've been followed on Twitter by other sorts of handmade sorts of people. Things like I think I've been followed by like tapestry people, you know, do like handmade tapestry. I might have been followed by like handmade kind of carpentry people, or maybe I haven't been followed by carpentry. Well, I mean tapestry sort of seems to stand out in my mind. So yeah, I mean, if any of those sorts of communities sort of kind of come together, sort of craft communities, you know, if they sort of form and they have people making streams showing off like the stuff that they do, teaching how they do like the various things that they do, then it's possible that there might be a need for annotations for their streams. So, you know, and the idea is that this the annotation system will be installable elsewhere, so on networks, but then also on like the websites of just individuals. So like that would be like a slightly pared down version of it. These individuals could have like multiple videos, so that would be like the tier below the network version, and then below that there would be like the kind of a standalone video version, and that would just be literally like just one web page with a player in. But yeah, as I was kind of saying before, I'm working on the network version here, so that it's like it's got all the features in basically, and then we can kind of pair back from that for the different versions. Yeah, so where we were yesterday, or the day before, or the week before, actually, Friday, the day before the weekend, was we had got references into the thing. Now I need to. I will go to the actual directory here to HTML, and play.js is in here, isn't it? Yeah. So I need to actually go to a staff's thing, git to GitHub, and I need to pull the latest version of play.js. Wow, what's the difference with that? Pause after buffer equals false. Okay. So yeah, if we copy that, have I got any of that in? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Copy the play.js into here, right? So let's now get a Firefox private open. Did I just see the word saliva? Gentle reader, please list some decent ways of acquiring a man's saliva on your face. Oh dear Miss Manners, so there's different. Please list some tactful ways of removing a man's saliva from your face. Yeah. Okay. So out.html. So this is the player as it currently stands. If I click on this, it will open a new tab. Yep. If I click on this thing over here, this should start playing the annotations. And it doesn't, I can't hear it because Firefox doesn't work with Jack. But you can see that it is playing the annotations from here, and it's highlighting these guys because these are both associated with this timecode here. The timecode is, or the text is revisit instructions.scala, which is that guy, and research register transfer level. That's there. So I kind of felt it was appropriate to put them into one annotation. And then if we click on here, this should jump to the right. Okay, it's jumped to 15:55, but it has also paused it, which isn't intended behavior, I don't believe. Because it should only pause when you follow that. So that has paused. If I just start playing again, then if I click on here, yeah, it's jumped to the annotation, but it had, well, it's buffering still. Yeah, but it's paused it, which isn't the intended behavior. So there's something slightly busted there, probably in my code. So, hello Joggy. What's the minister working on these days? I miss a lot. Well, this is the converter that converts my annotation files. So if I just open up Risky 14, I believe. So this is one of my annotation files. Basically the converter reads that thing in. So this is the converter here. It reads that file in and spits out this, basically. So essentially it's a part of the annotation system. So yeah, and it's also it's not strictly speaking, like, it's not within the brief of practicing programming in C, because for one, it's not 30 minutes. I don't spend 30 minutes on it, and I also don't throw it away. So I'm way, that's gone. That's way. Well, yeah, we're just off the beaten track here. And also, Joggy, I have to mention, I still have to try out your Moog plugin. I still have to try that out. I've thought about it recently, and I've had like those pangs of guilt that I haven't tried it. But yeah, so don't worry. Don't worry that I haven't tried it. I do intend to do that. Yeah. So before I dive into something that I'm not quite sure about, I'm gonna have to investigate. That's working an actual usable project. It is, yeah. Don't know about usable, but it's certainly a project. Yeah. So to investigate this, I'm gonna have to do some stuff that I'm not very familiar with at all. Take time, needs work. I mean, super awesome. Busyness is always good, I think. So what is happening here? So this is okay. So this is going to have to happen at some point. I'm going to have to sprint test that, which will be like, I'll probably use a working pointer for that. But for now, we're fine to just out.html it. So yeah, at the end of the last stream, I was trying to do some cleanup, and basically it was to do with setting up all of these buffers, basically. Where's an instance of this happening? I mean, it will happen at the start. So yeah, it was basically things like this, like template.location, or I mean, I didn't touch out.location, but I did touch. Yeah, right. It's just basically this, like the working location. So I was repeatedly like, sort of declaiming this memory that it claimed, and then kind of putting a null at the start of the working location, and it was completely nonsense because it wasn't really doing anything at all. It was just making busy work for me. I mean, even this stuff here isn't really very robust at all. But I realised after the stream, I was just having a look through it just to see if there's anything that I'd missed. I'd completely missed about the I'd missed the template stuff. Like I'm not even using the template at all, because I'm if I just grep through the file, I'm actually referencing it, so I'm actually linking the style in. So all this stuff here, the template, this stuff here, the template file, template location, close, all that can go. Right. So that's cleaned that up nicely. And then another thing that I was looking at was, I was looking into why it was failing to actually work. Right, it was crashing while building some OBBG files, and the reason it was crashing was that they were too big. They were too big to fit in the arena. So if I go to my thing, HTML to HTML. So if I run HTML to HTML on, well, hang on a minute, it's list. If I list size reverse, does that show me the right thing? Yeah, right. So OBBG 42 is the largest file that I've got. It's 20k. If I run HTML to HTML on OBBG 42, I bet you this is going to crash. And the reason is, as I say, it just hasn't got enough memory. And I figured out kind of how much I'd need. This file actually blows up to like 130k, I believe. So I need to give, if I give this like 256k and make the out size, I'll need to calculate this, but if I just make it 200 and then I give like 50k for the working size, right, that'll fit, doesn't it? 256, 200 and then 50k, and then we've got 6k left over. If I run it now, it does build, and you can see that out.html, yeah, it's 155k. So how much did I give it? The outside I gave it 200. So we can actually kind of verify that that's what's going on here by just making this 154. Right, and then this should, well, doesn't fail. That's interesting. 155. Out.size. That's interesting. Oh, the only reason is that this is the amount that it's claiming. Isn't it? And there's no guard pages on it, so it'll just go on forever basically. But if we were to not allocate as much memory in the first place, I think this should be correct. So if I just make that like whatever, 50, mind you, 50 would kind of, that would be another variable. Just make that, and then make this for 154. Well, unfortunately I can't quite, oh, wrong thing. Yeah, right, so we can sort of really drill down onto how much memory you actually need, I believe. Now the problem here might be that out.locations isn't big enough. Yeah, that's the point. Because then I need this is going to be uninitialized memory. Right, so that succeeds. There you go. So, as you can see, we're kind of like, that is what's going on here. We're just kind of not allocating enough stuff, basically. But, yeah, I don't need to kind of get too fancy about that at the moment, I don't think. I just need to make sure I've got enough so that it doesn't crash. I suppose actually to-dos would be good. If I do like a to-do, I have to calculate how much I'll need. Right. So 250, 200, and I was going to say like, I'll give this guy 50k, which is way more than it'll need. Because the working location stores stuff like this. And this. You know, it's all of this stuff. And it's only like, it's only each little bit of it. So there's no way this is going to be 50k. I mean, honestly, what, like 1k would be fine, probably. But yeah, the main thing is that actually builds. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So 155k, and if I refresh this now loads up MVG 42 with these few references. Got all of these things, and the reason it's so large is that Sean had blessed us with an 8-hour 52 minutes 11-second stream. So yeah, what's there? I have a question about compiling. So yeah, here we go. This is a question. Obviously, I have a question. This is something that a streamer, that a viewer has asked, and this is the kind of thing that I'm going to be hopefully dealing with today. Styling this stuff a bit differently. So yeah, but we had the issue of the yeah, that was it, wasn't it? It was when you follow a link, or when you try to navigate to another timecode, it was pausing the video rather than just jumping to the thing. Ginger Bill, what was happening there? 3:55:45, 3:57:45 rather. What was it? 3:57. Ginger Bill. Ah, it's a reference. I see. Right, so he gave him a reference. Oh, and that's what the Sea Bloom's rant thing is. Oh yeah, of course. I should have seen that, shouldn't I? And that's indeed what I did click on, isn't it? So yeah. So yeah, this will also need some indication as some indication to show that there's actually a reference in there, in the actual timecode itself. So rather than it just being up here, you want, so that the thing I was thinking of was having like a superscript number. So these things will all have like a superscript number associated with them. Yeah, that'll be another thing to actually look at. But I need to first of all see what's going on with that, don't I? So yeah, I suppose I'm not really sure how this works at all. Debugger. Call start. I mean, I suppose I could actually look at the stuff that I'm producing first. So that was to do with the onRef change. So it's the pausing bit, isn't it? So if we click on the ref sources, dot length. Data ID. Because I feel like I only want to be pausing when I'm clicking on this thing here, rather than this over here. So let's just have a look at let's look at this. So that is the span time, and this is the ref title. Div source. Ref content. Yeah. Ref container. Where's display? It is a display, isn't it, I think? Let's capture. Mind you, no, you can see that. Display none. There we go. So a.ref. That's the time code. Span time code. So the span, so it's the ref content. So that's what I'm looking for. It's a class ref content. Ref sources is that. Yeah, I think if I just put ref content here, that should be correct, shouldn't it? Yeah, you can see he's continuing going now. Likewise there. But now if I were to go onto here, does that pause it? It doesn't. So I need to share the things so I can actually see what's going on. Mouse capture. So let me just have a look. Did it pause in work? It doesn't quite, no, it's a bit busted. So I'll just show you what's happening. So this is the code as we had it. Right, what happens is, we can go to an annotation. So that was just clicking on that, and he jumps to it, and he's playing it. But then if I were to click on this, it does jump to the annotation, but it does also pause it too. Whereas that wasn't. I don't believe that was the expected behaviour. The only thing we wanted to pause was when we were clicking on the actual links, wasn't it? So this is still paused. That's all paused. To get this guy going again, we have to click on the time code. If we click there, it does jump to it again, and it pauses. Now what happens if I click here? Yeah, right, so it's jumped to it and it's toggled it back to playing it. So, yeah. Did that make any sense? Did the explanation, like, was it coherent? So yeah, I was looking into why that's happening actually. Because yeah, it's different behaviour for each thing. So we have got the pausing working for the actually, yeah, so that kind of makes there be a YouTube player bug. Ah, 60-minute play open. Try calling play immediately after set time. Ref time codes. Right, interesting. Yeah, so we do call play immediately after set time. I mean, Yeah. So that hasn't fixed it. I think that bug was only introduced when, well, hang on, well, it was obviously when we did ref sources, wasn't it? I think. Where's ref sources called? Where is that called? Oh, it's a variable anyway. Yeah, so I don't understand how this works actually, honestly. Where's that sure? So actually, yeah, that kind of suggests to me that can you add a console log message to both click events? Sure, yeah. So we've got the... Okay, so we've got that there. So we want to add a console log. I presume you just do... console log message to both movements. Yeah, I mean, I presume. Not sure if that's right. So that does seem to be the right thing. So the player isn't playing. I'm going to click here. Mind you, there's an error there as well, actually. Get parameter. Invalid enum value. Ah, right. So I clicked once. Right. But it registered 2 clicks. Click just like the node in the inspector. Oh, I see, right. Console log hello before player.play. Oh yeah, I need to actually escape the things, don't I? Missing colon, semicolon. Oh no. Missing semicolon of life. Yeah, right. So it's calling them both. Yeah, he's still playing. So, yeah, that's weird. Filling the missing semicolons of your life. So that issue, that it still bubbles up and triggers both. Yeah, that's what you were having to fix, wasn't it, in player.js. I mean, I'm going to be absolutely useless at debugging this, especially. Stop propagation. Oh wow, okay. After it. Get parameter propagation. Fail to execute post message. Reveal get parameter invalid enum value. I'm not even, oh, I think that's just. It's not me, I don't think. Oh, awesome. Play it. Play it. Baby. So if I follow that, pause, pause, pause. Holy shit. That's it. And he has paused. Yeah, it's good or nothing. Just sitting there. Just sitting there being cool. Play it. Oh, that's fantastic. Cheers, Asaf. So that's fantastic, yeah. Play, play, play. Play that. Go to there, pause, yep. That's still, well, I'm gonna do that. Did I even call it? Maybe it didn't call it because, oh no, it did call it. Oh yeah, it said it, there's two repeats. Cool. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Plus, Asaf. So, yeah. And let's remove the log, both logs, and let's just space that nicely. Stop propagation after prevent default. Cool. So we can proceed, can't we? Right. So we have a couple of things that I can look at now. I can look at... Well, we've got three things actually. Yeah, okay, let's do a vote on it. Right. So, oh, poll it rather. What should we do first? Right. It's going to be reference superscript number. It's going to be medium style, i.e. Blackboard Q column, or topic style. So the medium and topic are both categories basically. So the yeah, topic style. So the topic is like things like rendering, audio, memory, etc. Did this, Paul? And while you're kind of like thinking about it, I'm just going to take a like 5-minute break. All right. So Zero got the win. Okay. References, and Zero was reference superscript number. Okay, cool. So let's close that little poll. Actually, we can leave it open because there's a few things. Although technically, since the question was, what should he do first? Should really have said, what should he do next? And then he could like roll over. But maybe next time. So yeah, right. Reference superscript number. So how do I do any of this? So if there's a reference count, where do I start? Annotate to continue. Right, so this is where I'm doing all the annotations. So if there's a reference count, I want to do that and do the data ref. Right, okay. Okay, right. So basically what I want to do is I want to write out the out dot pointer. What's D in this situation? Annotation index. Because really, this should be like, it should be like 1, 2, 3, going up like that, I'd suggest. Hang on a minute, where's data ref? Oh, data ref is here. Oh, right, yeah, I see. So what we can do, we can use data ref. Where is that being used though? That's an interesting question. So data ref is just, it's just being incremented but not really used. I think. Is that right? That's bizarre. And also we are going to want it to marry up with the thing up here. Which is kind of interesting actually. You know, so like, so this thing will have a 1 near it somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where that should go, even. Because usually in references you usually have a line of them, don't you? So like Wikipedia. Yeah, they usually have like the number there. Nothing like there. Whereas I've got kind of a line of it. Interesting question. I suppose I could have it after the time code. So it's kind of part of this little area here. I wonder if that could be reasonable. Let's see. In fact, let's just go to my out.html. So yeah, it'll be kind of these, the span data timestamp. Yeah, so I'm kind of talking about putting it like here, basically. Like that. Unless we do it at the other side. Well, how do I do this? Delete. Well. Well, I might have to use a margin for it. This is kind of an interesting question though, because like we've already got the data ID, haven't we? Like all these things got data IDs, and they correspond with the data ref, don't they? Don't think we use data ID anywhere else. Yeah, so data ref 75. Data, this guy is 75, yeah, so it's like the ID and the ref are corresponding. But really what we want to be doing is, we want to be making oh, hang on a minute, where were we computing the data ID? Oh, it's computed in JavaScript. Oh no, it's not. Data ID is equal to this value here. And that's the annotation index. Yeah. And then we've got the data ref, which is also the annotation index. So yeah, right. What I'm kind of driving at is like, oh mind you, hang on a sec, we do need those to be the same, don't we? Gosh. Because we depended on that. Yeah, it's a different system, isn't it? It's a different part of the process. Because the reason that those guys are the way that they are is so that we can do things like one or that before the timecode. Okay, let's go with that. The reason that we've got those guys the same is so that we can have stuff like this happening, where these are both highlit because they're on the same annotation index. That's still working. So yeah, I think it is going to have to be a separate thing. Can I close close all the tabs? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Don't worry. So let's say we're doing that, yeah, let's say that for now. This is the instruction Scala, right? Let's just see how this actually looks. Right. And then what I'm saying is, this thing will be like a superscript 1 there. Oh, crap. Right. Blimey. And then this guy. That will be a superscript 2. So let's just put them all in. Did I put the 2 above? Yeah, I did. So what we're saying is that they'll have that indicator like that, and then these guys will, yeah, they will have that indicator there. So they do have to be different. They do have to be a different thing. So then it's a question of like, how do I do that? Well, I mean, does the parser provide information regarding where the ref block was in the text? It does, yeah, it's got the offset, yeah. Yeah, I requested that, I think. I think I requested it. Possible I didn't, though. I mean, I could sort of say... Right, so there's no reference index, so I could use that. Right. And then for each of these guys, whenever we do this loop, we just say at this point so these are all within spans and divs. There's nothing separate, so maybe let's pop it in a span as well, actually. So this is kind of like the ref indicator, maybe? Or, well, I mean, for all that, ref index. You don't have to have a class if you don't want to style that element specifically. Yeah, true. So, yeah, do I want to style it specifically? I mean, it's kind of possible that I might actually. Yeah, I might. I'll tell you what. I will keep it in there just for now. But I'll leave it to do. I'll leave a note in here as well, actually, just to say. Consider moving the ref index class if it ain't needed. Right. And then basically what I'll say is, so we've got the timestamp. So timestamp is going to be the time code to set. So that's going to be. It is going to be the time code to seconds. So here it's just going to be the ref. What was it? Reference index. So it's going to pop that in, and then after it's done that, it's going to bump up the ref index. So where's the end of this loop? It's down there. Why is that down there? Oh right, yeah. So that could be in the same annotation. Right. So this guy needs to bump up it. Bump the thing up here, I reckon. Let's just see what that does for starters. Yeah, okay. So that does do what I expect. So then, at this point it's still 6, I believe. Where can I print F? I mean, honestly. Oh, right. Damn it. Getting the right scope, mate. So it's now 7, right. So... I suppose, actually... I suppose you could start it off at 0. And you could just say that it's supposed to be that, add 1. And then it's going to be at 6 at the moment, isn't it? Actually, that might get a bit confusing, I think. Because I know that it's supposed to be 1 to 6. I'm just thinking in terms of when I go back to when I do the next bit, I'm going to have to be looping, you know, I've got to loop up to a certain number. Let's just make that make that look as we kind of were talking about. Right, interesting. Yeah. I mean, God. There's always something that just trips you up. So that's not doing vertical lines I was expecting. But it is for some reason putting it at the left hand side, which is what I wanted. But is that just pure luck, I wonder? Like if I do this on OBBG 42. Well, that's interesting. Why is that? Why is that actually sort of working? What's the difference? Was it just that I was? I think I put space, didn't I? So basically, the only thing I need to do is put a margin of like 4 pixels or something. Yeah. And then I just need to make sure that this thing is wide enough to accommodate both things. But mind you, if we're saying that that's the problem, that it's the width, we might as well use the height, mightn't we? So yeah, let's try and put it above the timecode. I mean, that feels a bit hacky. I'm not quite sure if that's the right way to do that. You know, doing it in like a hard thing. A hard break. Are there any instances of a hard break in my thing? Probably, yeah, there probably won't be actually. Oh, the idea is that you make it a div, isn't it? That's what you do. You make it a div, and then that accommodates the whole thing. Right. So you don't need this break here. Just check that. No, of course that wasn't the right thing. Yeah, right. That's kind of what I'm talking about. And then for the margin, yeah, how do you do this again? It's kind of like, it's auto, isn't it? Because I'm trying to put it in the center now. It's something like, God, delete to there. I don't need margin. Sorry, I do need margin. It's like, yeah, 0 auto, from what I remember. This style. No. Text line center, is it? Okay. I suppose technically I could just do this in, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's more like it. Ah, right. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah. I think this is doing what I'm expecting it to do, yeah. I don't remember that being a possibility though. Or maybe the margin thing is only when you're trying to align a div within another div. That isn't necessarily text. So let's give it a bit of margin at the bottom as well. Well, and also, yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, since we're like differentiating between that and then, mind you, this thing down here is always going to be clearly a timecode, isn't it? So people are always going to know that that's a timecode. And also, I wonder if this entire little package packet here. I wonder if somebody would want to click on this entire thing and have that be associated with the jumping to the timecode thing. I don't believe. Does that click it? Oh, it does. Okay, right. What else does it? Oh, that does it as well. Okay, so this entire area. Oh, that doesn't. Where's the bounding box for that? So ref index. That's not good. Where was I clicking? That goes to it. Maybe I just clicked a bit outside of it. Yeah, I could just click outside of it. So yeah, what I was going on to say was, we could maybe get rid of the parentheses, both the square brackets and the regular parentheses. You know, and then that might look a bit cleaner and also be parsable as well. So let's see how that looks. Whatever. Oh, it is here, isn't it? So I don't need that, and I don't need that either. Right. So I suppose what's kind of unfortunate is that the timecode gets underlined. Why does that go underlined? Because it's not a link. It's just a span. Right, okay, so underline on hover, right. Let's keep it. Keep it like that. Yeah, let's keep it. So let's do the next bit of the process. Reference indexes out here. Working pointer. So where actually are we? So if it's well formed, we're going to come in. So the reference index is going to be available to us at this scope. So data ref. So yeah, this is where I was talking about data ref not being used at all, which is kind of fantastic, isn't it? What are we looping over here? We're looping over the annotation index and the reference count. Hang on a second. Hang on just a second. Dude. Reference count is the thing that I need, isn't it? Isn't it? Is that correct? One, one, one. Oh no. Reference count is per annotation. Yeah. So we do need this reference index. So yeah. Sorry, false alarm there. So here's the reference count. What we basically want to say is, for the annotation index, we want to write out this, and then we want to do this sort of thing, right? While the working pointer take away the working location. Let me just get this right, actually. It's while the... Do I have an in pointer? I must have an in pointer, mustn't I? I do have an in pointer. How am I doing all of this stuff? I'm not even using the in pointer. So bizarre. What I basically wanted to do here is write out this stuff, and then I want to write out this until we have hit the offset. For each annotation. And we also want to do it for each annotation index, for each reference count. Right. Just hang on a sec. I'm just going to look back to how I did this in the YouTube converter one. Reference. So I had a ref index 0. I mean, I don't need... There's a whole load of stuff I don't need from this thing. Oh, maybe there isn't actually. If the offset is 0. Ah, actually, yeah. Sorry, I do want this, or... Well, hang on a second. If the offset is 0. Yeah, it's fine to put the superscript number there, I think. So for each reference count, yeah, we need to go over each reference. While the endpoint is the endpoint to take away the start of the text is less than the offset, isn't it? Yeah. We want to do that. Okay. I'm just gonna straight up fucking yank this. Right. If there's a reference count, then we want to print that. Because this is like the header part of it. Data ref already established is an annotation. An annotation level thing. So the ref index is going to... Oh, hang on a minute. The yeah, this is kind of a bit... The ref local index. We need to distinguish between that and the actual reference index up there. Yeah. The ref local index. So that's going to loop over them all. While that, so where is the in pointer at this point? For all the annotations, if there's a reference count, oh yeah, of course. I'm just straight up pulling in the entire thing, aren't I? You know, when I'm doing the sprintf, div class that, data ref, new line. Yeah, I'm just pulling in the entire thing, the text. Right, yeah. That's kind of unfortunate. Because I need... Yeah, how do I do this? Well, I suppose I need to do this until I need to write these three things out. Oh, that's a point because but then, damn it, because this guy actually inserts the that. Or rather, oh, hang on a minute. If we've got a reference count, else market data size. Oh right, I see. So the difference is that, yeah, the only difference was that if there was a reference, it'd do the data ref. Otherwise, it wouldn't do the data ref, and then it would proceed and do the same thing in both cases. But I can't rely on that being possible. Gosh, so really I need to do this entire. So like if we've seen a reference, we need to do the entire annotation rather than falling back to this, which kind of means that I need to roll this stuff into this else so that it only gets done in the other case, which is a bit unfortunate really. I mean, is there another way of doing it? I wonder. Because the only difference, really, I suppose ideally what I'd like to be able to do I'm not sure that will work though, actually, because we've got so many of these. I'm just thinking of all the different cases that we've got going on, because like we could have a situation, well, we do have situations where you kind of say, if there's an author, then you do something. I can show you from the YouTube one, like the logic of this is like, so this is where you come into your thing. You start looping through the annotations. I mean, this logic is probably totally busted, but it does work. The first thing you do is you check if there's an author. And then the thing is, it's not an else, it's just straight into if there's a reference count. You do all that stuff, and then it's just a while there's stuff in the text, you just output it all. So it kind of falls back, it kind of falls through the cases. But I'm not sure if that's possible in this situation here, because I've got sort of leading stuff that I need to output each time. The annotation is a little interesting. Copy the text to another small buffer. Add the 1, then use that in sprintf instead. Ah. That just work? Yeah, it would just work, wouldn't it? So yeah, let's just do that. So the only difference here. Oh, this indentation here. Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't got the stuff scoped at all correctly. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what's going on here. Let me just cut this bit out a sec, just so I can sort of see what's going on. Does this build? It does build, so I think this is as it was. So basically what we're saying is I mean, I do like the idea of doing it on the heap though. So, I don't know, ref buffer. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, sorry. It's not. That's not how I do it. So, it is a what is it? Isn't it a buffer or something? Is that right? Oh, hang on a second. I need to actually. What have I got? Oh, yeah, right. I need to do these guys. that correct? Of course it's not. Ref index. Where's that? So yeah, right. What we're saying is while that is that the offset thing? Yeah. While it's less than the offset, we're going to put this, the ref pointer is going to be equal to the in pointer. The in pointer isn't anywhere, is it? Printf that. Into the working location. Right, okay. That seems fine to me. Yeah, right. So the working location is the header bit. So in each case, the working location contains a header. And then you output that. Copy the text into the small buffer. For each of these refs, I want to set the ref pointers to that, and then set the ref. Oh, I also need to actually. Oh, I need to put like a little span in there, don't I, as well, or a little superscript thing. So the question is like, how the hell do I do that? You know, how do I do that in a nice way? Like, because I'm kind of thinking that you'd have to do, right, basically like, do this sort of an idea. The ref will be in order increasing offset. Yes, they will. But each time you go through the this loop, it sets the local index to 0 again. Annotation index. That's the point, actually. Why don't I just use the ref local index? Oh no, hang on a minute. No, I do need to do this for each annotate for each. I do need the local thing. Because I'm just writing out the string for the particular bit of text. I'm sorry. What I do need to do though is marry it up with the reference index which is set previously. So that's now at 6. I basically need to get that down to 1. Well, I mean, I could just, for all that, I can just make another incrementer. So it's like, well, mind you, it's only going to go up as far as it has to go, isn't it? Data ref. Yeah, data ref is the thing, isn't it? That was the thing I was going to use anyway. Oh yeah, and the data ref is here. Yeah, so that's fine, isn't it? I think. Memcopy and sprintf, etc. So yeah, right. Sprintfing into the ref pointer. I see. Right, got you. So rather than doing all this crazy nonsense, I can just say sprintf. And then that is going to be the data ref. I get rid of all of this. Does this? It does work, right? So the question now actually is, I then need to make the ref pointer increment past its current location, don't I? Did I hit the situation previously though and it didn't work? Still at the ref location, it's still, that's the way it should be. Ah, I can use that in sprintf. Ah, up to that point. I see, right. So you do it to the end then. Hang on a second. The massive ice area to that point, then increase a ref pointer by that. Let's have a look at this. If food comes from untrusted user, it may contain that. Cause the primitive call to write to memory and creating a security hole. So yeah, I mean, what I'm wondering here is any associated that it writes to. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. So yeah, I mean, we've made a hash of something somewhere. I believe it's just that, isn't it? Okay, interesting. Never encountered anything like that before. I presume I don't need to initialize that either because it just gets set. Yeah, right. So for each of these guys, incrementing. I think I need that. Ah, okay. Okay. So super script and then that. Then increase the data ref. So that seems like it's going to be fine, right? This is building up the ref location. Cheers. So this is building up by string. Else it's this. What is working buffer here? Am I even using? Oh. So working location is this. And then we need to use the working location for that. Right. I see. Well, this is kind of like the text, isn't it? Let's because this isn't just ref specific. This thing is going to have to build up the text as well, I'd suggest. In order that this can just be the same thing down here. Yeah, let's try that. So, rather than having this called ref, let's just call it the text. It's going to going to be a bit of a nightmare to change. What was I calling it? Text. Okay. So that's built up the text. Otherwise, we want to do that. So, hang on a minute. So for each of the things, it's going to do that. I'm probably going to be missing out on some text here, actually. I probably need to say right. Yes, I think so, yeah. Wait a sec, what was that? That was ref pointer. Yeah, right. I did mean that. Yeah, good spot. Yeah, nice one. So for each of these guys, I want to go through and do that. And then I want, after I've gone through them all, I want to say while we've still got stuff in the in pointer, I want to say the text dot pointer, the value at text dot pointer plus plus is equal to the value at in pointer plus plus. Right, so that should then flush out the rest of the text. This guy, meanwhile, will do that, and then he'll say that text. He'll just say while there's stuff in the in pointer, he says text dot pointer plus plus is equal to the in pointer. Right, and then we say down here, while there's stuff in the, we want to say the text pointer is equal to the text location, and while there's stuff in that, right, and the reason for the text in this situation is because we needed the working location as a different thing. So let's just see what that does at all. Well, it crashes, of course. Line 232. I've not set in pointer. Yeah, in pointer's text. Hang on a second. No, it's not. Two, three, four. That doesn't like text pointer. Where is text pointer? Text pointer's there. Text pointer, and then yeah, 234, wasn't it? Oh wait, text 234 is here. Text.pointer plus plus is equal to in pointer. Where's text.pointer plus equals to ink? Oh right, yeah. Oh, I see. 235. God damn it. That doesn't like the text pointer. Text pointer is equal to the text location. I'm printing that into the working location. Let's have a look at the error. Right of size 1. It doesn't like that I'm writing to the text pointer. That's separate from the working location. Where is the text point? The text pointer is a text location. If there's a reference count. Oh, hang on a second. I'm not declaiming this memory. Yeah. So after I've done all this, after I've used all the text pointer up, I actually need to declaim that memory. Did I give it enough memory left? I don't think it's possible I didn't. That would have been it. Interesting. Right, yeah, instead of doing all this stuff here, I then need to just sort of say, oh, hang on a second. Oh yeah, right. I just need to, at this point, actually use the stuff, don't I? I actually need to use the text location. So yeah, I can't declaim that just yet. Because I need it. God damn it. What we're talking about here is, rather than using the text, use the working location. And I need to null terminate this thing as well. I think. Oh no. Well, do I? Let's see what happens. Yeah. I need to null terminate that guy. Text point is equal to the in pointer. Else all of this. So this got down to there. We want to say the text pointer is the value at text pointer is a null. It's a different error. .246 in my code. So it's a write at 246. Working location. Sprintf into the working location. Yeah, that seems fine, doesn't it? Oh, hang on. No, that's not right. I do need this to be the working location because that is the other stuff. I need to write out the working location stuff, and then I need to write out the text pointer. I mean, this feels so cheesy. Ah, yeah. Cheers. I think I'm correct with this though as well. That you need to write out the stuff in the working pointer first. Well, still busted. What am I actually making here? Fix at a certain consider that. Like, have we got any instances of like the reference thing actually doing anything? Oh, there's one. And there's Ginger Bill. So yeah, that is working, I think. At least that part of it. Huh. How did that get translated to a heart? And there's the threes. Thank you very much. So the endpoint is reading from the text. Tell you what, let's just make a small test. Well, have I got a test file? No, I haven't really. Let's also add like right. HTTP tube on test HTML. So there's instruction Scala and register transfer level. Those guys seem to be alright. All these divs that are just incorrectly thingamajigged. Div class markers. Content type, so we should have these three guys there. Oh, hang on a second. Div class markers. Content. I mean, it's kind of nice to see that this line. Oh, hang on a second. This should be a span, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it? Oh, maybe not actually. Let's just take a look at the actual demo, Risky Player. Oh, that's the point. This gets generated, doesn't it? Can I just go to... Yeah, phew. That's interesting that that isn't even loading. God. Yeah. Container, annotation container, right, here we go. So examples of in the readme, right. Demo HTML page. Ah, that's true. How do I undo a closed tab? Yeah. Control Shift T. Gorgeous. So, div class markers container. So we've got the div class markers container, and then we need to have content. So there's one div with the content div, a progress faded div with the content div with inside it, and the progress main with the content div inside it. Like I say, with the div class inside it, yeah. The progress made with the div class inside it. Is the only thing I'm missing a closing div, I wonder? Markers container. There's no marker, is there? The div class marker. Well, the problem is that it's completely messed up. I'm generating this. Div class mark is missing. Yeah. Data timestamp is equal to that. Where's that gone? What? Like, how's that missing? That's there. Which I've put in the working location. The working pointer. Ah, right. So the working, that's all it is, isn't it? I'm just not putting the point in the right place. Phew. Blimey. That's correct. Yeah, the working location wasn't being written out because I hadn't put the pointer back to the start of it. Wow. Gosh, so amazing, like the stuff that you miss. I mean, I suppose, like, I feel like all this stuff that I've just done is really, really messy. So I feel like I'm appreciating the need for a clean-up pass. Let's just see if AVG42 works. One of the two whiles can be removed. Okay, let's see. Oh god, yeah, like why did I have that? So hang on a minute, shouldn't one of them be looping over the text? Oh no, because the text is... Hang on. Text location. I mean, it's obviously right, isn't it? Ah, hang on a minute. Is this, I wonder if I've written this markup in a weird way. Yeah, right. You can see here I've left the space between Ginger Bill and the ref. Yeah, interesting. He was talking about this article. Yeah. So I suppose I wrote this at a time when I didn't really have an idea, a fuller, an idea, like the current idea of how I was wanting to do the ref. How do you personally approach achieving this? I wanted to pack font data or some type of bitmap into my executable. To have like a default font or bitmap that I didn't want to keep in external. I guess I'll have to just go back over these and kind of remove spaces and stuff. Although, do I handle all that stuff in the YouTube converter? I mean, I kind of feel like probably make the parser trim trailing spaces. Okay, that'd be kind of cool. The mockup looks nice with one before ref. Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And also, like, so the way that we're doing it with like a superscript 1, having a space before that would never be what you want. Well, hang on a minute. That kind of suggests that that's for me to fix, doesn't it? Is that true? Yeah. While that is less than the offset, we want to increment up to there. And then what I was kind of thinking of saying was like, if the value at text.pointer before it is equal to a space, just just decrement the text.pointer. Text.pointer. Has that actually done it? Can't really tell. I don't think it has. Text.pointer plus plus is equal to the value at in pointer plus plus. Rest is a text pointer. Now why isn't this? It's not making any difference at all, I don't think. So maybe I'm not even... I seem to recall actually having a bit of an issue having to figure this thing out in the YouTube one. Yeah, I mean I do that kind of a thing here. Out dot pointer. I mean look at this situation, we've got out dot pointer -3, if that's a colon. Not even sure. Well, I mean it does work, but I don't know that that's actually correct. So that's out dot pointer. So that's the thing that we're writing into out dot pointer. And that feels like what we're doing here. We're writing into text dot pointer. Maybe I just don't bother worrying about it. Gosh, what have I done today so far? I've just done the superscript number. God, that's just bananas. It's now 2 o'clock as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to call it a day. So crazy. 2.5 hours to do that. Tell you what, I'm doing it in the wrong place, aren't I? Because I'm doing it for each one. Actually. Yeah, I'm doing it in the wrong place. Oh, hang on a second. No, I'm not. Because I do need to do it before the superscript stuff. Sorry, this is the right place, isn't it? And I am minusing text or pointer. Was I ++ing it? Was I plus... Dude. Oh, gosh. I have no idea. But just double check that this is now correct after all that jumping about. Yeah, this is correct. Right, okay. That's it for now, I think. Yeah. So the next thing I need to do is the styling of categories. Yeah, I mean, I hope that's going to be kind of simpler to do. there should be no kind of... Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, there might actually be some more. Oh no, there might be some more of this stuff to do. God. It's like, Jesus. Some stuff can probably be pulled out into functions to make things neater eventually. Yeah. I mean, certainly stuff like this, isn't it? Can pull that out into function, I imagine. For the categories thing, I'm thinking like... Well, hang on a minute. What will it be? Oh, hang on. It might actually just be this. It might be this. So we could get away with just setting the class down here. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe I'll just start off by working in the out.html file and the style.css file, and just make it kind of look, you know, play around with that. See how I want to actually have it output. And then work on trying to figure out how to generate the damn thing. I think that's what I'll try and do. Yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Create buffer. I could set up the location pointer just in claim memory, etc. And buffer copy. Could do that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll start by doing that tomorrow. Making those functions. And then look into the style. I mean, we shouldn't be too far away from this being complete, really. I do need to do the quotes as well. But I mean, there's, you know, the references, like, this is totally usable now. I mean, the quotes is kind of a bit of fun, in a way. I mean, yeah, this is all totally usable, I'd suggest. Isn't it? Like tomorrow, I imagine that the only stuff to do with the categories I'm going to actually do is going to be the styling of them. But like another part of the categories will be the ability to actually filter these things out. But anyway, yeah, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Now it's time for Susie time, actually, because I've got countdown recorded from this afternoon, so I can gather supper and enjoy Susie. So yeah, thanks again for just being absolutely fantastically awesome and heroic and helpful and patient, and you know, just like words cannot describe. Casemiro pasta, indeed. So yeah, until tomorrow, I will first of all be enjoying Susie time, of course, and supper. So I did outside Castle Gun. Okay, awesome. What do you think of Jimmy Carr's laugh? And also, what do you think of how kind of like Susie is super shy in that program, I think. Really shy, but also feisty. It helps. Right. It's like a horizontal reverse. It's exactly like a horizontal reverse. Yeah. I wonder if there's any of them like on at the moment. You have 10 cats, doors, countdown. Oh yeah, that's true, yeah. So at the moment, Pasha is the guest in Dictionary Corner, and he's Rachel's partner. So not exactly sure. Series 11. Not sure this is actually current series or what. There's Susie, just fantastic. Yeah, anyway. I'll love you guys and leave you. Yeah. Until tomorrow. Farewell for now.